Hi, I'm Jamie Sorcher for AV Network and Systems Contractor News. Joining me now is Sandi Stambaugh, Vice President of Product Management for SYNNEX. And glad you could join us today, Sandi.
Hey, Jamie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Wow, you have such a nice smile.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start with if you can give us some updates, if you can share what's going on with the VisualSolv team.
Our VisualSolv team, we are just continuing to invest. We're, completely committed to the AV space. We've added resources, salespeople. We've added on training, through our LMS platform that we put in place about a year ago, and then expanded our virtual and other engagements with our customers just to make sure that, we're here to support where we can, and, that we're providing that added layer of enablement and training and vendor engagement that our partners are looking for right now.
So we're just kind of getting rolling into 2021, which does feel a lot different than last year. What would you say are some of the focus areas for you? Where are you really targeting?
It feels a lot different, especially the past couple of months. So as we're starting to see things open up and that level of energy back in the business, which is great to see. We are I talked a little bit about some of the virtual events that we've put in place and some of the trainings, and we've been really focused on bringing forward, subject matter experts, consultants, folks like that kind of are really, subject matter experts around certain vertical markets and certain applications so that they can bring that next level of information to our partners. We actually have one coming up around hotel, restaurant, and tourism, which has been kind of it's been a tough market, and so we are seeing some recovery there, but that's on May 18th. I'm pretty excited about that. As far as from a technology perspective, where we're seeing, big opportunity, digital communications is where it's at, right? So more and more we're seeing larger projects, bigger projects, bigger screens. So DV LED is a big opportunity for our partners, and we're seeing that, certainly grow pretty significantly, from a technology perspective. Certainly, we're seeing a lot of those, COVID technologies around, safe space and safe entry and, social distancing and those types of communications as well. But big opportunity within some of our legacy businesses as we're really starting to see, some of the fruits of our labor, right, over the past many years on digital communication specifically. And then also, just this hybrid, public space environment. So, creating experiences in retail environments and offices to try to draw folks back in. And then also even just from a communications perspective within the corporate environment, and, other verticals as well. But yeah, lots of opportunity. AV is a great space to be in, certainly. And, I think that it's been a little bit tough over the past, like I said, past year. Certainly there's been a lot of headwinds and tailwinds in our business, but right now it's feeling like, there's a lot of opportunity.
And you touched on something with, getting back to that in-person environment.
What we're seeing is lots of opportunity as kind of that corporate environment becomes more of kind of the hub, right? And so it kind of migrates, the traditional office environment now into more of kind of an experiential kind of group collaborative environment. And AV technology is required to make that happen. And so big opportunities again, with those digital communications, even in public spaces. There lots of opportunity within digital communications, the way that it's even connecting through mobile technology as well, and some of the kind of sensor technology that's out there. So yeah, so I mean, we feel like there's we're definitely bullish on the space. We think there's lots of opportunity, regardless of the vertical market. We're definitely seeing recovery, and even beyond that, in many of them.
I'm sure a lot of companies had been in the middle of thinking, what the year was going to look like, what projects they had in progress, and then had to put everything on pause. What do you see happening in terms of companies that are reactivating those projects, and how have those changed?
We did see kind of a reformulation of a lot of existing designs, and we're still seeing that in some respects. Our backlog has been considerable over the past many months, as those projects were waiting, to get to install, as they were trying to determine what this, their environment was going to look like, and, how did that need to shift, to allow for these new market, requirements. And so we've definitely seen a lot of that from a financial perspective. we've seen a lot of, a significant amount of opportunities within as a service and kind of creative financing with those opportunities as well. Short-term leases as we wait for funding to occur, within places like, education and that type of thing. So yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of interesting dynamics in the market and in business today. I tell my team all the time, we just have to stay on our toes and be ready, So, and now even as we're facing, things like shortages and, allocations and those types of things, I think it's just really important to stay connected to our partners and just make sure that we're aligned with them to bring the best possible, solution to them on their day-to-day business.
And that brings me to just a final sort of wrap up is how are you supporting your partners? I mean, I'm sure there must be a lot of people at different points along the continuum with what they need and what they want and where they see themselves going.
Yeah, for sure. So, and we're doing a lot of connecting, right? So lots of conversations happening with our largest partners, understanding kind of what their world looks like. Projects that they have, that they've either had in their pipeline, they're trying to kind of flesh them out, or even new opportunities, making sure that we're on top of the forecast with them so that we can help them prepare, for any, and navigate those headwinds that are happening within the supply chain currently. And we're also doing a lot of training. So, we've had partners come to us and ask for solution-specific training, to kind of reinvigorate their sales organizations as they, in some cases, had to hire back, and get them up to speed on from a product perspective. Certainly, with the lack of trade shows and ability to kind of touch and feel the products, there's a lot of need for demos and full solution demonstrations, and so we're doing a lot of that with them as well. So yeah, just it's about engagement and enablement from our perspective, and just making sure that we're right there alongside them, allowing them to survive and thrive during this time for sure.
It sounds like you must not get any sleep. You're going to be so busy as things just start to come back, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's been a busy time for sure, but we're really passionate about what we do. We want to make sure that we are the go-to partner and we are there to support them. So it's important.
And I am sure that companies are looking forward to welcoming back employees and having hospitality. That whole industry, I'm sure, is trying to figure out what makes sense, what's next. It's an exciting time too as things evolve.
It really is an exciting time. I was talking to a partner earlier today and they said, gosh, it's fun again. It's fun again. We're having fun, So yeah, it's definitely, we're cautiously optimistic, but definitely happy to be where we are for sure.
Is there anything you want to add, Sandi, that we didn't touch on?
I don't think so. I think, at the end of the day, we're here to support our partners. If you're not already engaged with our team, you can reach us at VisualSolv@SYNNEX.com or reach out directly to me at SandyS@SYNNEX.com. We're here to help.